Again, calls are mounting rather for the ruling party, that's the ANC, to be removed in the next elections in 2024. Members of the ANC itself are also expressing unhappiness over the current blackouts. And there's a group of them protesting outside the party's headquarters in Luthuli House in Johannesburg. That's where we find my colleague, reporter Moloko Moloto. What's happening there, Moloko? Good afternoon.
Hello, Braden. Indeed, we are outside the headquarters of the African National Congress, Luthuli House in Johannesburg. And as you can see behind me, these are young members of the ANC Youth League. They are showing messages essentially calling for the disbandment of the ESCOM board. They are unhappy with the ongoing load shedding, and as you are aware, Braden, there is currently a meeting of the National Executive Committee of the ANC. What I am just not too sure is whether there are some members of the ANC holding this meeting inside Luthuli House now. What I is virtually, but perhaps let us speak to these young people. Sir, thank you so much for joining us. Tell us why you guys are protesting here today.
Thank you very much. Good evening to your viewers. My name is Aluta. I am the chairperson of the ANC Youth League in Zone 12. We are here to call to actually and task the NEC of the ANC to deal with this issue. They must resolve on this issue urgently, and we have been waiting for the NEC. We have been patient enough to say the National Executive Committee of the ANC is the highest decision-making body within the ANC. They have been dilly-dancing around the issue of Comrade Pravin Gordhan. They have been dilly-dancing around the issue of the COO and the CEO of ESCOM. While there is an incompetent board that is dealing with ESCOM, they are, first of all, failing to deal with ESCOM. They do not have a concise and a comprehensive plan as to how they are going to tackle the issue of load shedding. The generational capacity and the generational the distribution. We are therefore making calls that the NSC, first of all, must disband that board. It is very useless. Two, we want the NSC to remove Pravin Gordhan, remove him of his duties. He's very tired. He's very tired, that Pravin Gordhan. Please, the NSC must deal with that. We are here at Luthuli House to demonstrate our frustrations as young people in the inner seat that we are tired. The ANC wants to return to power in 24 elections. They must deal with this issue urgently.
Well, some people would say you are targeting just one minister. He is part of cabinet. There's a president who is chairing that cabinet, and perhaps they would say removing just one individual might not assist.
No, look, I'm happy you raised that question. Here, we are here for the ANC. Whatever happens there, it is happening because of the appointments that were made by the ANC. Therefore, if we want to hold people accountable, we are going to hold people we campaigned for. We are going to hold people accountable who called us during that campaign of 2017 and said, young people of the ANC, go and mobilize young people behind the banner of the ANC. Therefore, if we want to hold anyone to account, it must be first the ANC.
I don't know how long you've been demonstrating outside Luthuli House now, but have you had any word from any of the leaders of the ANC ever since you've been protesting today?
No, look, our march has been well coordinated. In fact, what we did was that we started at the regional level, where we went to submit a memorandum of demands to the secretary, the RSO, and then we subsequently went to the province to actually speak to the PS, which is the provincial secretary. What then happened was that the provincial secretary was not available because he was currently in that meeting. Therefore, we were referred to someone who was going to receive the memorandum on their behalf as the provincial executive committee. They have received the memorandum. They have acknowledged that we are raising legitimate grievances, and therefore they are going to communicate with the provincial secretary to refer back to us. Here we have in fact called Comrade Pulemabe, who was supposed to receive our memorandum. I don't know why he's busy dilly dancing also himself. He thinks it's fantastic, it's happening. But what we're going to do is that we're going to call him again, and then he will give us a response, which I think would be to send someone to receive the memorandum on their behalf.
Yeah, let me take you back. Earlier you said if the ANC really wants to win the 2024 elections, it must sort out this load shedding mess. But I'm going to tell you this. There are certain members of the public who possibly are saying this is a mess that was created by the ANC government. Perhaps it's about time that the ANC must just go.
No, look, obviously we're a very huge organization. We have opposition who are relentless in their pursuit to overthrow the current sitting government. But what we're saying is that we're cautioning the ANC, also as young people, because we are directly affected by this issue and we are the ones suffering. So we're saying this caution goes to the ANC to say, President, the National Executive Committee, resolve on this issue urgently. Stop being lazy and applying tactics that are informed by lazy thinking. It is very simple. Remove people who are incompetent, remove the mediocrity that is currently happening at Eskom Port, and then we are going to ensure that we rally young people behind the panel.
All right. Let me quickly just get another view. Say, I don't know what gives you confidence that removing Pravin Gordhan or whoever, say the CEO of Eskom perhaps, will resolve this load shedding issue. What gives you confidence that the ANC has the capacity to sort out this?
Clearly, as young people, our program is one. We understand that Pravin Gordhan has been there, and we think that he is doing nothing to avert the situation. All we are hearing is the restructuring from the CEO, is the restructuring from the minister. But us as young black people who are here in the inner city, our struggle is that we need Eskom to give us electricity, because restructuring is not their objective. Restructuring is not their mandate. Them electrifying South Africa is their mandate. So removing Pravin Gordhan will ensure that we get all that we want from Eskom, because what's currently happening now, there is no one that can really account for it, and the minister is there and the state-owned entity is not functioning, so he must account. So why is he even still there? We've had several black ministers that were regarded as incompetent who occupied the very same office. We had a black CEO who gave us slides. The very same issues were not raised, but now that we've got this one, there is reluctance in them resigning. Why are they not resigning?
Yeah, but how would you respond to people who would say this mess was not created by the individual you say must be removed? In fact, it was created by the ANC, and these people would probably say remove the ANC.
Surely to remove the ANC will not be the solution to South African problems. We remain the only organization that seems to champion the struggle of the poorest. What's going to happen here is one. The ANC cannot be failed by the people it has deployed. That is the only problem. We as the ANC are saying to the ANC that let them go back to their drawing board, and in terms of the redeployment, let them reconsider their policy documentation.
What about your president?
Well, the issue of the president at this point, this is a state-owned entity, and for him, hence we are sending the message at the Luthuli house. We hope that it reaches his office. Ours is that he must make the right thing. He deploys the ministers. He's got the prerogatives of deploying who goes to such an office. So we are hoping that surely he is going to ensure that today or tomorrow is going to reshuffle Minister Pravin Gordhan.
All right, Braden. As to whether they would be listened to, I guess it's another matter, but also removing certain individuals, whether that will assist. But of course, we know that the IFP has said in the next elections, punish the ANC by removing them from power. That sentiment was echoed by Congress of the People today. William Adisha has said that. And of course, the DA is saying, let Cabinet place Eskom or announce Eskom as a national, announce a national state of disaster around this whole load shedding matter. Of course, we are hoping to hear from the ANC. We know that the issue of load shedding was discussed in their NEC meeting, which we understand is still underway, Braden.
Thank you very much, Moloko Moloto. Outside Luthuli House, the head office of the governing party, the ANC, in Johannesburg. Now,